What is up, guys? It's Pretty Meister here, and welcome to my Edimmu Slayer task guide. These are one of the best tasks for GP prayer, plus you get the lucky chance of a blood necklace shard. They're also pretty good melee and Slayer XP and hour as well. So without further ado, let's get into the guide. We have here some requirements for killing the Edimmus effectively. The top two, the Slayer and the Dungeoneering, are required to actually access and kill the Edimmus, as they're located in a resource dungeon that requires 115 Dungeoneering. The combat and herbal stats underneath are basically recommended stats, as you want the high combat stats to be able to kill them effectively with this method, and you're going to need overloads and turmoil to do them very effectively as well. So we're moving on to the equipment setup. This is the equipment setup that I personally use for them. You always want to have the Slayer helm as your on Slayer task. You can't kill them off task, which is a shame, but it helps keep the price of the drops up, which is good. You also want to use a Salve Amulet E, as they count as undead, and it gives you a massive amount more accuracy and damage. You can either use Anima Core or Zaros or Torva Armor. I've got a bit of both here purely because they do pretty much the same, and when I bought them a year or so ago, one was cheaper on the GE than the other bit. You want to have Luck of the Dwarfs, as it slightly increases your chance to get one of the Blood Necklace shard drops, which are a massive chunk of the GP that you'll be making from these. For your boots, you can really use any boots, Masterwork boots or Torva boots. Trimmed Masterwork that's been custom fit is really good because when you're on a Slayer task, it doesn't degrade. You can use the full set of that if you want, but it's a bit overkill for what you need them. Large rune pouch is good because it also allows you to alch any drops which aren't broken down by your spring cleaner, and you can't just put in your yak to take back to the bank. Vampirism Scrimshaw is a necessity here for this method, as it allows you to heal back massive amounts of your hit points and sustain yourself pretty well. The Vampirism or Supreme Brawler Aura are also very good here. Vampirism just makes it slightly easier again to keep your hit points high and not need to eat. And the Supreme Brawler Aura greatly speeds up when you have any Supreme or like Elite Edimmus that spawn. Your hit chance isn't quite 100% on them, so the Supreme Brawler Aura brings that up, so it makes it a lot easier to kill them quickly and effectively. You also want to use a Noxious Scythe. You can do this with a Dragon Rider Lance, however, Noxious Scythe is definitely better, as it will allow you to kill them much quicker. With your inventory setup and your familiar, this is what I personally use. So in my yak, I just take 10 prayer flasks. This is easily enough to cover whether you get 180, 250, whatever, that's enough to cover you. In your inventory, you want to have Holy Overloads and Aggression Flasks. Overloads and Aggression Flasks are quite key to making this method work effectively, as it keeps them all aggroed on you so you don't have to go around attacking them manually. And overloads are just nice to keep your stats up and increase your kill speed. The cannon and cannonballs are also another necessary thing, as you can place that and it'll aggro any ones that are out of range of your aggression potion. A couple of food. You generally won't need this for the actual killing method, but when an elite Edimmu spawns, you will occasionally need to eat one food or pop your enhanced Excalibur, which I also have there. Other than that, you just want note paper to note any drops that are notable, and the ashes, which adds up to quite a lot of money over the time, and the spring cleaner, which breaks down a large amount of the drops and will help you not have to do so much alching or banking. So to get to the Edimmu, you want to enter the 15 Dungeoneering, and it is located north of the lodestone in Prifddinas. Then you want to enter into the dungeon setup. It allows you to then aggro all the ones right down the end of the room, pop your aggression potion, and then head through the barrier to aggro them all on you. Now for the actual method for killing them effectively and efficiently. You want to just make sure you have as many aggroed on you as once, so you can AoE them down with abilities such as Hurricane and Meteor Strike. I tend to put Hurricane and Quake at the beginning of my action bar for Revolution++, but I'll trigger my ultimates like the Meteor Strike and just in case I need the adrenaline for anything else, such as killing elite Edimmus when they spawn. As you can see, when they start, you've killed them all. The ones that are quite far away due to them being able to mage. If you just pop through the barrier, you can see it pulls them all towards you, and then you'll be able to AoE them all down really quickly and really efficiently again. This is really good. You can pop about 600k melee XP an hour, about 350k Slayer XP an hour, And you can do that fairly easily while semi-AFK and watching a bit of TV in the background. You can probably push it a little bit higher if you were to fully manual it, use abilities as soon as they're off cooldown, make sure you're getting assaults off as well. But it's much more pleasurable just to AFK slightly, and then you can just pick up the drops using area. Note all of the ashes and put anything that's not stackable in your inventory into your yak. You normally have enough space in your yak for a full task, so you don't really need to worry about banking. And you shouldn't really need to use food apart from the occasional elite edimmu that spawns, as they will take you down a little bit. But normally it can be covered with your enhanced Excalibur and popping off a devotion halfway through the kill. Other than that, that's pretty much the method that you can do. The GP per hour here is very good. You'll probably average 5 to 6 mil an hour in normal standard drops, and then the 512 drop chance. So you should be able to get one of them every 1.5, 2.5 tasks. It's assuming you get 200 to 250 a task, which the tasks take about half an hour, so it probably adds another 4 mil an hour on average over a long period of time to your task. So you can easily get upwards of 10 mil an hour here if you do them for a long period of time. These are definitely Slayer tasks. They're absolutely amazing for money, and they give you a decent amount of XP as well. They're definitely not the fastest for XP, but the money makes it more than worthwhile. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this guide and found it informative and will help you kill edimmus more efficiently in the future. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to see any of my future content. As always, any feedback or anything I can improve for future videos, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll take all feedback on board. Thank you very much for watching. See ya.